Hello, this is Lama Rigze, your friend, coming to comment on meditation, what it is, how to do it. So let me just get right to it. 99% of all meditation is what we call shamatha or shamataha, which is concentration. There's the 1% of meditation that is called vipassana, and that is special insight, and it's actually too profound to really talk about now. Another way of breaking it down, we could say that there is concentration and contemplation or examination. Even contemplation and examination is still really and truly concentration, but we can break it up that way. There's sitting and observing or allowing an object to permeate the mind, and then there is a sort of subject-object examination of pulling things apart and breaking them down and using the intellect to project various ideas about what things are and how they function. So, first and foremost, you can't do the latter. You can't examine things properly if you can't control your mind enough, if you can't slow your mind down enough to stay on a subject. So most people who say they can't meditate, I see very clearly that one of the great struggles is that they can't stay on topic. So if you're the type of person that jumps around and you start one conversation and then you jump to another subject and then you finish on another subject and you never actually got to the point, that's an example of a lack of concentration. So that's something you have to resolve if you ever want to get to the bottom of things. But that's not really what I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to talk about how to concentrate in the first place. So how to concentrate, how to meditate. How do we meditate? So what is meditation? This is always the number one question I would really suggest, request, hope that everybody asks in any scenario. In any scenario, when we start to talk about a subject, if you discuss a subject with someone else, if you are exploring a topic in spirituality, instead of allowing somebody to tell you all about something, it's, this is like this and it works this way and this is how it is going to affect you and these are the great powers it's going to give you, all of that. What is it? What can we define it? Can we know what it is? Can we know how it actually functions practically? The practical function of meditation is to be entertained. So, if you've ever listened to the radio, if you ever listened to a song, if you've ever watched TV, if you've ever read a book, if you've ever seen any type of entertainment, and you've forgotten you were watching, you've forgotten the time, you've been listening to something or watching something, and you're completely absorbed in the activity of being entertained or interested in that topic to the point where I forgot it was it's Sunday and I have to do this errand, or oh my gosh, where did the time go? It was 9 o'clock just a minute ago and now it's 10 o'clock. If you've had that experience, then you've had the experience of meditation. So immediately that should solve the grand excuse of I can't meditate, which is an excuse. I wish I could meditate. I tell people all the time when I'm not in the robes, obviously. I'm a meditator. That's my biggest hobby. That's my greatest interest. And they, say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's great. I can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. What you can't do, and the thing that people are rejecting, is boredom. They're rejecting having an empty mind. They're rejecting the notion that they can stop their thoughts. Well, it's not true. They stop their thoughts all the time, right? So, for instance, if you're angry or upset about something and you have some other problem that you need to solve or fix, oftentimes you say, "Oh, I can't even think about it. I'm too upset." So, there you go. The mind is stopped. Why is the mind stopped? Because it's preoccupied. It's actually being entertained, not in a pleasant way, but it's being entertained, it's being absorbed by some other experience. So, what is the experience of meditation? Well, first and foremost, in the beginning, it is an experience of sensation. It's an experience of feeling. So, to most people, when they think about the body, when they think about the hand, when they think about the chest, when they think about their legs, whatever it is, it's just hand, it's just chest, it's just body, it's plain. It's a label, they have a general picture of it, and they accept it as being completely holistic. There's no part or particle of these things. These are whole objects. So that's boring. That's completely unentertaining. There's nothing interesting about that. Body is body, nothing special. So we have to explore the potential expansion, the profundity of sensational phenomena. So first things first, feel your hand, okay? This is the first exercise I teach anybody. What you do is you feel your hand. You feel the palm of your hand, you feel your fingers, you feel your fingertips, just palm of your hand. Here to here, whole hand. And what you do is you sit and you think about hand. You sit and you feel everything there is to feel in the hand. And quickly what you will start to notice, if you are looking, is hand isn't one thing. There's a feeling in the fingertips, there's a feeling in the joints of the fingers, there's a feeling in the kind of top of the palm, there's a feeling in the middle of the palm, there's a feeling in the back of the palm, thumb, the joints of the thumb, and there's a tingling. There's a tingling, and there's also a sort of swirling or a waving or a kind of rise and fall of sensation that sort of swells through the hand. So all of a sudden, something very plain has become something somewhat interesting. There's something to be watched, something to be observed. Now, if you take that feeling of fingertip or that feeling of palm, and you look at those tingly sensations, you'll notice, is it one or is it many? Is there one tingle or is there 10 tingles, or 100 tingles or 1,000 tingles? And what you want to do is you want to go explore deeper, look deeper, and try and find this feeling that there are these little filaments, these little tiny strands, or for lack of a better word, hairs of sensation, almost like a static electricity. And this is extremely active. Like it's doing a lot. It's moving around. These little filaments are appearing and disappearing thousands of times in every moment. And there's actually a whole symphony of sensation. And in order for you to experience this, all you need to do is just sit and feel the hand and wait. And what you want to do is just keep going deeper and deeper into the smaller and smaller and smaller details of the hand, and just see what's happening there. Just see what's happening. Feel what's happening. And see that there's a lot to see that's there. There's a lot of phenomena happening. There's a lot of stuff happening. And it's very curious. It's very strange because you might have never noticed that. And then what you want to do is you want to watch it, you want to examine it, you want to question, like, oh, what is it I'm feeling? And how many different feelings are there? You know, is there like a big wave and then little waves and then these filaments and this static? And what you'll see is that hand, the experience of hand or palm or the top of the hand as an object is not one, but billions. You know, many, many, many different things happening. An incredible amount of information is there. An infinite amount of information is just in your hand. And just allow yourself to be fascinated by that for some time. Allow yourself to really wonder about the just amazing amount of life inside the palm of your hand. And if you can become at all mesmerized by that, if you can at all become amazed by that, well, now you're entertained by your own phenomena. And so, likely, during this experience, you've forgotten about your problems. Likely, during this experience, you've forgotten about whatever else you were thinking about. And now, congratulations, you've had a meditation experience. So meditation is first and foremost about being entertained. It's about being interested and finding things interesting. And even the higher meditations, which do involve the absolute emptying of mind, the perfect quiescence, they are undeniably full of experience. And even the letting go and ignoring of all that experience, that actually generates even greater levels of experience, which is paradoxical. And one day we'll have a discussion about the paradoxes of Buddhism, which in theory we could actually say is the point of Buddhism, is that everything is a paradox. But anyways, that's what meditation is. Meditation is watching your favorite TV show and forgetting about everything else. That's concentration. That's shamatha. Now, karmically, is it a helpful shamatha? Probably not, because you're concentrating on something which is full of all these sort of emotional stimulus, which actually cause you to increase your harmful habits and activities. But just focusing on your hand, focusing on the movement of a tree, focusing on the natural life within you, this is actually undoing the damage of the day. It's actually allowing you to let go of the drama. So most people, the only way they know how to meditate, the only way that they know how to transcend their lives and phenomena is to fill their mind with drama. And so, of course, they take that on into their lives and they just only increase their capacity for drama. What we want to do is increase our capacity for contemplation, tranquility, openness, awareness. But you should not be bored. You should not think that you have to stay quiet internally. You should not think that the object of meditation is to stop thinking. If you try and stop thinking, then thinking will become a great nuisance very quickly. What you must do is replace thinking with something else that the mind can grab onto and find interesting. So normally what we're doing with our mind is we're telling ourselves various stories. You know, I can't believe she did that. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe this happened. People shouldn't do these things. Why are people doing these things? Why did I do this thing? Different contemplations on various stories about what's happened in the past or what will happen in the future. Oh, I hope this doesn't happen. Oh my gosh, I could lose out on this thing. This thing could happen to me. And the mind is preoccupied. So meditation is just moving that preoccupation into something slightly less harmful initially, and then eventually into things which are useful and ever more useful. And that is the path of meditation. So initially, most Buddhists say to concentrate on the breath. I honestly think, even it's a very good meditation. It's a little boring for most people. And I think this hand meditation I'm teaching you, and the further explorations of the magnitude of phenomena, the infinite amount of phenomena that the body produces naturally, is actually an easier way to cultivate concentration. And it also has a profound effect later on in being able to solve your emotional problems. And that is a topic for another time. Feel free to ask anything of me if you don't understand something I'm saying or you disagree. Especially if you disagree, please say something. Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. This is a really small channel at this point. I can use all the help that I can get, and I sincerely hope that you consider doing so. And so, tell your friends. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind. Meditation is about being entertained by something that isn't based in negative emotions. That's it. If the mind is preoccupied in a stable way on something that isn't toxic, well, now you have meditation. Okay? I love you very much. Tashirale is what we say in Tibetan. It means long life, auspiciousness. It's like aloha. And Sarva Mangalam. May everything be great. May everything be wonderful for you. All right. Peace. Blessings.